of driving along, and I'm kind of, this morning's been kind of one of those mornings where you sit back and you reflect and you think about all the wonderful things that God has done, the people that He surrounds you with. And it's just been one of those mornings for me. And as I was driving to church this morning, I was kind of thinking, I've had an opportunity to preach from, several times actually, recently. I was watching a video. Pastor Francis Chan was preaching one time, and he said that you're kind of relegated to 30, 40 minutes tops. And the question is, that he posed was, what would he say in that 30 or 40 minutes if God was coming back, if Jesus was coming back, and at the end of that 30 minutes, what could he say that could change people from where they were to where they needed to be? And I was sitting here thinking about it as I was driving along, and serious business, getting up behind that pulpit. And, I don't know that I've said all that I could say to try to convince people that God is real. Certainly people got up there and preached for 40 some odd years in front of me, and as much as I believed, I think that God was real, I didn't know it. And then there was there was always a distance between me and God. That's the thing. How do you get people to understand that you can start reading the Bible not understanding it, you're not understanding it as you go, and you just keep reading it, and you keep reading it, and you keep reading it. Pure tenacity, obviously led by the Holy Spirit, got me into the Word, and then I started to understand more and more, leaning to my own understanding. So I understood what it said, but then I didn't understand what it meant. And as I've grown in this walk, and it's not didn't happen overnight. A lot of things took time for me to understand what the Word meant. And just now I'm starting to be able to articulate that to other people that might not understand. So, the thing that I have to do now is I've got to really pay attention to my walk. Right? He said they'll know that you're mine by the love you show one another. And I hope I've done that. It's going to be a time soon. We need to make sure that everybody gets that message that it's soon. We really don't have time to mess around. We don't have time to get caught up one day. Today's the day. Because He might come back. It might have happened. Just at the very end of this video, He could come back. And the question is, do you know Him? Do you believe that Jesus came down through 42 generations, hung, bled, and died on a cross for all of our sins, the sins of the world? And He was buried in a borrowed tomb, and on the third day that He was raised from the dead. And He was witnessed by 500 or more, and then He ascended to heaven to sit at the right hand of the Father. Do you believe what He said when He said that the Holy Spirit would come? Believe that that's happening now? Do you believe that once you close your eyes, it says first there's death, then judgment? Do you believe that? Because anything could happen at any minute. The question is, do you believe all those things? Do you believe what it says when He says He's going to return? To the church folks, do you believe that He's going to be separating the sheep from the goats, right? And that there's some of us, some of you, we're going to ask that question, Lord, didn't we do this, that, and the other thing? And He's going to say, depart from me, I never knew you. Are you going to get that lecture that He says, you never fed me, you never clothed me, you never gave me anything to drink when I was thirsty? See, it's not just about the people that they've never been to church, right? They've not heard the Word. It's about those of us that have heard the Word and those that have not heard the Word. And really the thing that you have to ask yourself, man, where do you stand? This is my little drive to church. It doesn't take that long. As I'm pulling in here, if the Lord comes back right now, what does that mean to you? Does it stir up any kind of emotion in you? Are you uncertain? I guess that's the question. This is the thing. I cried out to him one time by myself, and he stepped in that room with me. It is the same thing for you. If you don't believe that he's real, it doesn't hurt to actually close your eyes and pray and ask him if he's real. He won't tell you anything different than what he's told me and millions of other people. Just ask him if he's real. Ask him to show up. Trust me, he'll show up and show out. There's a real sense of urgency in my spirit right now. And I hope there is one in yours too. Anyway, you guys be blessed.